What if I told you one of the biggest franchises in cinematic history is now staring at one of its most uncertain moments ever? A galaxy that once dominated theaters is suddenly struggling to bring people back. And at the center of it all are names you already know: Kathleen Kennedy, Bob Iger, Pedro Pascal, and the legacy of a universe created by George Lucas. Because something is happening to Star Wars, and this time, it feels different. It feels real. It feels like a turning point. The rise of Star Wars wasn't just success, it was domination. When Star Wars: The Force Awakens hit theaters, it wasn't just a movie release, it was an event. Lines wrapped around buildings, fans waited for hours. The excitement was electric. It went on to make billions, proving that even after decades, Star Wars still had unmatched power. Before that, even films like Star Wars: The Phantom Menace and Star Wars: Attack of the Clones, despite mixed reactions, pulled massive audiences. People showed up every time. And then came Disney. When the Walt Disney Company acquired Lucasfilm, expectations skyrocketed. With the backing of one of the most powerful entertainment companies in the world, fans believed Star Wars would evolve, expand, and dominate a new generation. For a while, it worked. New films, new characters, new stories. And then something unexpected happened. The momentum slowed, then stopped. After Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, the big screen went quiet. No theatrical releases, no major cinematic events. 7 years of silence. Instead, Star Wars shifted to streaming. Shows like The Mandalorian introduced audiences to a new kind of storytelling, smaller scale, character-driven, and at the center of it all, a mysterious warrior and a tiny green companion the world fell in love with. And leading that charge was Pedro Pascal. At one point, he wasn't just a star, he was the star. Internet favorite, fan favorite, a face that seemed guaranteed to bring audiences back. It looked like Star Wars had found its new path. Until now. Because the return to theaters isn't going the way anyone expected. Early projections for the upcoming Mandalorian-focused film have raised serious concerns. Numbers that should have been massive are coming in surprisingly low, especially for a franchise that once defined box office dominance. To understand just how serious this is, you have to look at the past. When Star Wars: The Last Jedi opened, it pulled in over $200 million in its first weekend alone. Even with divided fan reactions, the sheer scale of interest carried it to enormous totals. Even Star Wars Solo: A Star Wars Story, widely considered a disappointment, opened stronger than what current projections suggest for this new film. Think about that. A movie that forced Disney to rethink its entire strategy still performed better at launch. And now, expectations for the new release are hovering around numbers that just don't match the legacy. For the first time in a long time, Star Wars isn't guaranteed. And that's where the controversy begins. Because fans have started asking questions. What went wrong? Some point to creative direction. Others blame oversaturation. Too many shows, too many stories, not enough focus. Then there's leadership. Kathleen Kennedy has been at the center of Lucasfilm for years. Under her leadership, the franchise expanded rapidly. But with expansion came division. Some fans loved the new direction, others felt disconnected. And then there's Bob Iger. As the head of Disney, his decisions shaped the entire strategy, from aggressive release schedules to shifting focus towards streaming. Every move had consequences. Now, with leadership changes and industry pressure building, people are starting to connect the dots. Even internally, signs of uncertainty are beginning to show. Instead of fully focusing on rebuilding Star Wars as a theatrical powerhouse, attention is already shifting. New projects, new priorities, even competing franchises within Disney are taking center stage. It raises a difficult question. Has Disney quietly lost confidence? Because timing matters, marketing matters, and when a franchise returns to theaters after years away, it should feel like an event. But right now, it doesn't, and fans can feel it. The reaction has been mixed, and in some cases, brutal. Online discussions are filled with skepticism. Longtime fans questioning whether the magic is still there. Casual audiences unsure if the new film is even worth the trip to the theater. There's still hope, of course there is. If the film delivers, if the story connects, if the emotion is real, everything can change. But that's a big if, because reputation matters. And right now, Star Wars is carrying the weight of years of mixed reactions. For actors like Pedro Pascal, it's a difficult position. He remains popular, respected, talented, but even the biggest stars can't carry a franchise alone. For creators like Jon Favreau, who helped build The Mandalorian into a success, the pressure is immense. Expectations are higher than ever. And for the legacy of George Lucas, this moment feels critical, because this isn't just about one movie. It's about trust. Trust from the audience. Trust that when they walk into a theater, they're going to feel something again. Excitement, wonder, escape, the things that made Star Wars special in the first place. Right now, that trust is fragile, and the numbers reflect it. If the film underperforms, it won't just be another box office story. It will be a signal that even the biggest franchises aren't untouchable, that audiences are changing, that expectations are higher than ever, and that nostalgia alone isn't enough anymore. But maybe, just maybe, this is exactly what Star Wars needs. Because sometimes a fall forces a reset, a chance to rethink, to rebuild, to return to what made it great. The question is, will they take that chance? Or will this moment become the beginning of something much bigger? The slow fading of a galaxy that once felt infinite. Because in Hollywood, nothing stays on top forever. And right now, Star Wars is fighting to prove it still belongs there. So, what do you think? Is this just a temporary setback or the start of a deeper decline? And more importantly, can Star Wars ever truly return to its former glory? Or is that era already past?
And maybe this isn't the end of the story. Maybe this is just the moment before everything changes. Because history has shown us one thing. No matter how far a franchise falls, all it takes is one great story to bring it back to life. One film, one character, one unforgettable moment. So don't count Star Wars out just yet. The real question is, are we about to witness a comeback or the final chapter of a legendary saga? If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more stories like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Because the truth is, Hollywood is full of stories that haven't been told yet. And trust me, the next one might shock you even more. So stay tuned, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.